Hi guys, Jen with Astro Tea. So today we are talking about getting ready to celebrate spring. And we also at this time celebrate the Vernal Equinox and Ostara. So the sun will ingress into Aries on March 20th. So not only do we welcome spring, but we're welcoming a new beginning on our new astrological journey around the entire zodiac. So this is the day of the vernal equinox, or also known as the spring equinox. And this is the time where the sun is directly above the equator. So daylight and darkness is equal. So we have equal day, equal night, 12 and 12 pretty much each. Spring is a time of rebirth and renewal, new beginnings, where the earth is pretty much springing back to life. Trees, plants, they just come out of their dormancy. Animals come out of their hibernation, the ones that've been hibernating throughout this season. Even us humans are ready to just get outside. I know I am, and enjoy the longer and warmer days. So Pisces, which we're just about to end, is like a metaphysical climax. So it's a completion of kind of a karma, especially with this Pisces season ending with our full lunar eclipse in Virgo, and that is actually going to be happening tonight. So now, to get ready, to begin this new journey, what are your dreams? What are your goals for the new astrological year to come? So what new adventures do you want to embark on? A great thing for this time of year is to just map out a vision board, maybe, or a kind of like a roadmap to navigate your way to your destined destiny. So think about where you want to end up and what adventures do you want to have along the way, and just kind of put on your vision board some pictures and some ideas of things that you might want to do along the way to whatever your destination might be. I would have made one for you, but it would have just had pictures of Montana all over it. So but I already have my visions and we have our goals, and it's just about getting there. So get in that driver's seat, you guys, and with initiative, with determination, and with that passion for the future. So now let's get outside. Here we go. So here we go. This is much better. So along with celebrating the vernal equinox and the coming of spring, we are celebrating the third Sabbat in the Wiccan Wheel of the Year, which is Ostara. So we see it right here on our wheel. It's a little bit windy today, but the Sabbats bring us back in tune with the earth and with the changing of the seasons, and we celebrate all that Mother Earth has to offer. We can see buds on the trees starting to pop up, even seeds we planted, like I have here, really just popping through the soil and just really starting to take root. And what you put in really reaps the benefits. These I started planting around the time of in bulk, and so now they've gotten this big. And this one I just planted, so it's just getting a little start with the bulbs. Great time to see bulbs start popping up through the soil as well. You want to think of the Sabbats, if you're a little bit confused about this Wiccan Wheel of the Year, the Sabbats are kind of like the phases of the moon. So you can be celebrated as such pretty much. So we have 8 moon phases, 8 Sabbats total. We begin the Wiccan Wheel of the Year with Yule. So we have Yule right here, and that is like the new moon phase. And so it's kind of that Capricorn, that cardinal energy. It's your foundation. It's your ambitions and your initiations, pretty much getting things started. So next we have in bulk, and like I said, that's when I started planting some of these seeds, and that is kind of your waxing crescent phase. So that's more of that Aquarian energy. So if you think about in bulk, if you check back on that video, it's about kind of providing for the animals. It's about the coming of their milk, getting ready to start getting pregnant. This is that kind of fix, that idealist, that Aquarian kind of humanitarian kind of feel. It's really set on the evolution and advancement of pretty much everything around you. And now we come to Ostara, and it brings us to the first quarter phase. Now, the first quarter phase is a time for adjustment. It's a correction, kind of correcting the plan that you have and letting go of what's not working out. So in nature, it's like a primal survival instinct, a fight or flight type, Aries kind of feel to it. Only the strong shall survive. And the strongest, say, baby birds are the ones that can poke through the eggs and, you know, be born. The strongest of the animals are the ones that survive the winter with strength and don't get either eaten by other animals or die from the elements. And even like with our plants, so we see the ones that are growing really good here, but then this one is not looking all that good. So like I said, the strongest will survive. So you know, you just, with this first quarter phase, you want to make little tweaks. So okay, so we didn't do too good on this plant, so how are we gonna fix it, make it better? Maybe that's not the type of plant that maybe I started a little bit too early, maybe a little bit too late. So these are the tweaks that you want to make. So there's a lot of different things that we can do to celebrate the season. So you want to get some water. I always like using this rainwater. I actually went down to the river. I'll have a little clip of that. And I got some, the water's really flowing fast. So I got that in a jar. I'm going to get some moon water. So I will put that out under the moonlight on tonight, pretty much, with that full lunar eclipse. And that fast rushing water promotes a little faster growth. So I'm going to use that to add to my plants to kind of promote their growth a little bit faster, and maybe even add to simmer pots, because if we look at that map that we created, how are we going to get where we want to go that much quicker? So we also want to prepare for Beltane. So another great way is clean up your yard. It's a good time for spring cleaning. So I know here, living in the woods like I do, we had sticks everywhere. So we're going to get them in the fire pit, clean them out. You also want to clean your gardens out, because where are these going to go? They're going to be grown out of these pots pretty soon. So you want a nice, clean place for them to grow. So you want to till that soil, get all those nutrients in there, mix them all up so that we can plant these plants so they will grow stronger. Because the more that you work, the more love and effort you put in, the more that you reap at the end of the season. So now we're going to take a couple little clips, and then we're going to take a look inside at maybe decorating for the season. So Chili had been bringing some bones into the yard lately, and most of them had meat still on them. Some had hair. This we found about a week ago, and there was hair all around it. And here's some remaining bones. And this is an unfortunate example of how the strong shall survive, and it's the survival of the fittest. And it shows also how death also gives back for rebirth, and helps nourish the ground and helps nourish the animals. Now, how is this for the perfect little waterfall? And we put our jar right there, fill it right up to the top. Look at that. Beautiful. Here's another chore we need to do. Garden's not looking too good. It's all gotta get cleaned up and ready for new plantings. So we're really getting the fire pit filled up, because our next sabbat coming up is Beltane, where we celebrate fire. So we are gonna clean up the yard and get ready for that. Okay, now that we're back inside, I hope you guys did a good job cleaning out your gardens and your fire pits, because that's going to get us ready for the upcoming season to plant and to burn away anything that we want to give back to the earth. So of course, to celebrate the season, we want to just kind of decorate with symbols of the season. So if you have an altar like this one, you can set it up. Okay, mine has a lot of stuff going on. You can put as much or as little as you want. The first thing you want to do, since you clean the outside, you want to clean the inside. So open your windows up, get some sage going, and get that air flowing around, and then sweep everything right out the window. If you can't open the windows up, you can still use the sage, and you can use a little bell to mix the air and get it really stirring around. Some other things to really kind of get you in that mood, we have the symbols of fertility, which is eggs, and which are bunnies holding our candles here, and of course Mother Earth, and she looks like she's ready to go too. So why are bunnies symbols of fertility? So I had read that rabbits, when they are still pregnant with their first litter, can get pregnant with their second litter. So I guess that really gives that saying, breed like rabbits, you can see where that comes from. So other things that you can have, because remember, this is still the vernal equinox. We want to have a little bit of the darkness turning to light. So that's why we have the white candle here, a little bigger than the black candle, because it's showing how light is going to be increasing from now on. If you also want to have some other symbols, candles, if you're really big into candles, have your black and white, but also have your colored candles. So yellow is great for pretty much representing the sun. We have some pastels here. They represent new beginnings, and then green, and that is for growth. Crops and whatever you're planting. Crystals is also something that I love to have around. So we have a moonstone, we have a sunstone. Of course, we know what that is representing, and that is the sun and moon. And then we have carnelian here, we have jade, and we have, this is one of my favorites, and this is moss agate. Pretty much embodies everything that this season has to offer. Also, we have here, now you want to be careful and make sure if you go outside looking for a nest that it is a dormant nest. Now this one has been dormant, sitting on my windowsill for over a year. So we went out, we took this and we put it on the altar. We gave it a little decoration. You never ever want to take a nest when birds are still in it for your own selfish, because it's going to end up backfiring on you, whatever kind of you put into it. So if you also do simmer pots like I do, which I wouldn't have on my table here, but just to show you, have some seasonal fruits. We have limes, lemons. They're bright colors, they're vibrant colors. We have some mint here, and that just really kind of perks things up. We also have some eggshells that we can add to our simmer pot, and some lavender. And lavender just really just kind of just embodies that purpley, just nice and calming essence that this season can bring. So another thing about this season is, back in the day, people would kind of forsake their vows just for one day so they could go out and fornicate in the fields, and that would be to really just stimulate the growth of the crops, to really just have that abundant crop growing, and also to stimulate and give the animals a little bit of ideas so they will fornicate themselves and reproduce, because it's all kind of like that, the world going around and how everything gives back to the earth and how it all starts out of the earth. If you don't have an altar like this, you can of course decorate just your table, and you can actually have people over for a fun Ostara feast. I am going to be serving some quiche made with eggs, of course, and some seasonal vegetables. And we're also going to be making a orange soda bread, and for dessert, of course, there's going to be hot cross buns. So you're gonna see clips of those all over the place. If mine come out good, I might put up a little short of that as well. So I hope you guys enjoy the season, enjoy it however you wish, and if you wanna do that, fornicate in the field, no judgment here, have a blast. Just do it safely, and make sure if you like this video that you hit the like button and subscribe, because we have a lot coming up. And if you do that little outdoor activity, take that energy right through to Beltane, because when we get Beltane here, that is all about that fire, that sexual kind of that embodiment. So I hope you enjoy that, and I hope you have a great spring. I'll see y'all soon. Bye.